Hello, this is my first video. So I'm just going to talk about how I've got started the football index, where I'm at the moment, and what I'm hoping to do in the future. So as you can see at the moment, I've got 4,800 in my portfolio. In total, I've invested 4,120. If I just take you back to the start, transaction here. So this is my first deposit on football index. On the 26th of March, which I think was the day of the share split, I put £10 in just after the share split and bought 4 Moise Keans. A couple of days later, I put in £100 and bought Neymar, 6 of them for £50, which worked out about £8.40 a share, which is absolute fucking crazy. I bought 10 Pulisic, 145, and Sterling, which worked out about 7.14 or something like that, 7.12. So I researched it quite a bit. When I first heard about it, I spent a lot of time on the forums, reading on Twitter, and I thought I had quite a good grasp for how it worked. And then I decided I was going to go big. I was going to put £100 or £200 in a month. Rather than putting it into savings, I was going to put it into football index. I think I'll get better ROI here. So that was my initial plan. I was put £100 or £200 in every month and see how it gets on. But after the first £100 deposit, I bought Neymar, Pulisic and Sterling. Neymar was dropping. I was really naive as well because I looked at the 1 year graphs for pretty much everyone in the top 100, 200, and pretty much everyone had gone up in value. A lot of people players had doubled, tripled, quadrupled in value. I just looked at the graphs going up and up and up, and I thought, this is amazing. It's foolproof, you can't lose. And I didn't really understand how the markets worked and didn't realise that everyone was inflated due to the share split coming, and I pretty much joined at the wrong time where everyone was at massively inflated prices. I didn't understand why different players with different values, and I was really naive to how the index really worked. So being naive and stupid, I put £4,000 into it then. The 24th of April it was. I'd been on less than a month. I made a big investment, thinking I knew what I was doing, but really I had no clue. So this is a short list I made up at the start. So you can see it's dated 30th of April. I made a couple little changes at the end. So about 100 Neymar, which is £8 a share at the time. 150 Sancho's, which worked out about $5.60 something a share. 100 Sterling, 100 Hazard. And I thought these were prices everyone was at, and they were going to go up and up and up and up. But everyone's massively overpriced, and Neymar dropped, Sancho still down, Sterling's up to about his normal price now. Hazard dropped, Salah's up a bit, Van Dijk's up, I've sold him though. Jovic, this is naivety again. Jovic, I thought moving from Frankfurt to Real Madrid is going to be massive for him. He's going to go up in value. But I didn't realise, obviously, when the transfer goes through, they drop. Just my naivety at the time. Isaac there. That was really... I debated Isaac for a long time. At the time, everything on the forums about Isaac, how good he was. Loads of hype about him, but I really didn't rate him, and I still don't rate him. And I thought about it for ages and I thought, I really don't like his player. He's not going to play for Dortmund. He's average at best. But every index seems to rate him, so I'm going to buy him, make money on him and sell him. But fortunately, I backed out and I didn't end up buying him because that would have been a massive waste of money. But Odegaard, Reece James, Calvin Phillips I didn't actually buy, but everyone else on that list that I bought. I thought my plan was foolproof. I've got a good mix of young players there. I've got some good PB players. And I pretty much plan on keeping this for the next year. I wasn't planning on selling anyone. I thought it's just going to go up and up, and I can't make money. But of all those players there, I only hold Sancho, Sterling. I've got half my Jovic, I've got 50 Jovic, Smith Rowe, Reece James. Every other person on that list has been sold. So it's been good. I've learned a lot and I've changed strategies quite a bit. So if I go through my portfolio now, okay, long start from here. I'll start at the bottom so we can go in the right order. So Sancho and Sterling, I bought 100 each of them, but I was trying to do a 500 all-in challenge, needed to raise a bit of money, so I sold 10 of them to raise an extra £100. So that's where they're down a bit. But Sancho and Sterling, pretty much bought for the same reason. Both English, come with a premium at Euros next year. They're both really good players, get lots of assists. I think Sancho last season had 190 PB scores over 3 times. So he's going to get better and better as he gets older. Sterling as well. He's pretty much the best player in the league now. Possibly Pogba on his day, but Sterling's consistently the top dog in the Premier League, I'd say now, as no one really comes close to him at the moment. And then Salah. Actually bought him at a cheap price. He's one of the first few players I bought who's actually gone up in value a considerable amount, which is quite nice. He won me a fair bit in dividends as well. But Salah's got a big year coming up. I'm not sure if he'll be back from African nations yet, but if he's back in time for the start of the season, they've got the Community Shield. First game's on a Friday night. Then they've got the European Super Cup. They've got the Club World Cup. There's a lot of big games for Salah this season, so he's going to have a really good season, I think. Reece James, I thought he's amazing last year. Really, really good. I thought he might break into Chelsea's first team this year. But again, this is naive for me as well. Like Reece James, I looked at his price, 134. Even now, I think he's probably overpriced at 135. But I know as he comes toward the season, as he regains fitness, people are going to buy him because he's young, he's English, he's good, he's got a lot of potential. But when you compare him to someone like Andrew Robertson, there's no real comparison in ability. Robertson's leagues ahead, but Reece James has the potential, and until he starts playing, no one really knows how he's going to get on. But if I'd have known what to do now, I'd never have paid 134 for him. Smith Rowe, I think this is going to be a really good season for him. Again, I didn't understand the prices at the time, but I was looking at him and Mason Mount, I think it was at the time. I think Mason Mount's maybe 10p more expensive, so I went with Smith Rowe. I think Smith Rowe's probably a better player, more chance of breaking into the Arsenal team than Mount had of the Chelsea team. So over with Smith Rowe, because he's in Germany, he's going to be playing in PB League. There's a lot of positive for him, but he never really got fit, never got a chance last season. So I think this could be a really big year for him at Arsenal. Jovic, as I said earlier on, I thought the move to Real Madrid would have done wonders for his price, but it hasn't done. But I've still got faith in him, so I sold 50% of my shares to reinvest elsewhere. I've kept 50%, so I think he is going to do some good. Ola Aina, one of my friends told me about him. I hadn't really heard about him at the time. Looked into him as a Chelsea right back, playing for Torino on loan last season. He won PB top player last year. He's got over 153 times, so his stats are good. Played for an average team. He's going to be playing Europa League as well this season. That's the reason he's had a big increase. And Torino bought him permanently now, so I'm expecting big things from him. Herbie Kane, not really going into too much detail there. He's on loan at Doncaster last year. He's a Liverpool youth player. He's cheap. Bought 2 shares as a tracker. Probably going on loan to Championship next season. Julian Brandt. This is probably my favourite signing so far. Open up a look at his 3-month graph. I initially bought Brandt at £1.45, and this is my favourite type of trade. Bought at £1.45, caught him a big spike, and then at £1.85, I thought, yeah, I've made good profit here. I'm going to sell him at £1.85. Got rid of him, and then literally the rumours that he was coming to the Premiership had ended. He went to Dortmund, so his price plummeted. It's absolutely mental because he's still a class player. He got down to £1.55. I bought back into him then. He's gone up 20p since then. So I've made 2 lots of profit on him, which is amazing. That's my favourite type of transfer. Jonathan Silva, again, he's a class player. He's a bit underrated, not many people heard about him, but the last couple of weeks I hear his name mentioned a bit more on forums and on Twitter. He's an Argentinian left back. He was on loan from Sporting Lisbon last season with Leganes in Spain. He's got 3 goals last season, 6 assists, and Leganes had a buyback clause on him, so they paid about €3 million for him. And then there's talk we're going to do like a Jovic, I'm going to sell him on instantly, but it hasn't really materialised. But last season I think he won best left back in the league in a couple of polls, and I think he got Jordi Alba there. It's pretty impressive really. Frederick Gilbert, he's signed for Villa in January and he's been back in France since then. He won PB twice so far, so 30p, playing in the Premier League, going to get a lot more exposure. It's an absolute bargain. It'd be stupid not to turn him down, not to sign him. Nacho Vidal, this is actually quite embarrassing. I've literally got no idea who he is. I don't remember buying him. I don't know anything about him. I must have had some dividends in my bank account and must have read something on Twitter or on a forum about him and thought he looks like he could be quite good. So bought 20 shares in him. But when you look at his graph, I'm guessing I probably bought him right at the top of that spike there. So make sure you do your research and don't buy Stone right at the top of the spike like I did then. Gimenez. Really, I didn't expect him to have a rise he has. It's not a massive rise, but he's had more than I expected, really. Atletico Madrid, solid defensively. He's going to do really well there. With Godin leaving, he's going to be the main man now this season, so I can just see him getting better and better. Yusuf Attal. This guy, he is special. He literally plays anywhere. He played right back, right wing, up front, left wing last season. Scored 6 goals, I think it was, last season. He's amazing. I wanted to buy him. He's one of the best PB players on the game. He's absolutely amazing. I wanted to buy him early on in the season, but I thought his price was going to drop. But it just kept on going up and up. Unfortunately, I got him at 112, which is a decent price, and he's gone up 25p since there. But he has dropped about 5p in the last couple of days. El Ghazi, and 57p, Premier League winger. Last season, he was possibly Villa's best player. Jack Grealish got all the headlines, but he was probably the man at Villa last season, I think. And 57p, it was a no-brainer. I think he could do well next year. Benassa, I bought him possibly on the rumours of him going to Arsenal. I think Arsenal had a buyback clause in him. Empoli got relegated. So he's a solid PB player, 88 average last season. When he got playing for a relegated team, it's pretty good, really. So I think I'm going to Fiorentina now, so I imagine that'll improve slightly there. But I've only got 25 shares in him. He's one of them. If you decent profit, I might sell or might go in. I'll see how he goes next season. Thilo Kehrer. Okay, I didn't really know anything about him until recently. Germany were playing a qualifier, I think it was, about a month ago. And I saw he got an assist. Never heard of him before. Had a quick look at him. He's 22-year-old right back. Played for PSG. Sounds quite good. I like the sound of this. So when I checked his stats and stuff like that, and he won PB once last season. He broke into the PSG team towards the end of the year. And then obviously they've lost Dani Alves. They've lost Thiago Silva. They're looking at selling Meunier as well. So he can play right back or centre back. So he's pretty much going to be first choice for PSG next season. So we've got Alvaro Morata. At 70p, for someone of his ability, it's massive. He was 25, 26 years old. Got 33 shares in him. Just as a tracker, see how he gets on. But if he goes to Atletico Madrid, they're going to lose Griezmann, so that'll give him more opportunities there. If he goes back to Chelsea, they've lost Higuain, so he's pretty much only got Giroud as competitor at Chelsea. So Morata, I think for his price, he's massively undervalued. When you look at what he was a year or two ago, Toni Kroos. Yeah, I wasn't planning on buying Toni Kroos. I'm normally looking at sort of younger players who get capital appreciation on plus dividends. Toni Kroos, when he fell down to £1.33, it was unbelievable. I could not buy him at that price. Then as I looked a bit more into his stats, and then I realised that he is a must-have player. You have to have Toni Kroos in your portfolio. 127 PB average last season. It's unreal. And to get the capital appreciation I have done on him, I didn't expect that either. So he's just going to go up and up and up, and hopefully win me loads of dividends. Laporte. I fucked up a little bit here with Laporte. I think I was looking at him towards the end of the season. He's about £1.20 at the time. I'm just bringing up his graph. So I was looking at him, so middle of May, he's £1.20. And I thought, he's got no media buzz about him. He's not going to do anything at all through the summer. So people are going to sell up. He's going to dip in value. And then I'll buy him. And then I just waited for the dip and waited. And then he got to 160. And I thought, do you know what? I've got to buy him. He's just going to keep on going up and up and up. And I have to buy him. So I bought 61 shares in him. I thought, when he dips down, I'll top up on him. But he just kept on going up and up and up. But when you look at his stats, he is unbelievable. I think 115 average PB. With Man City's passing and possession stats, he's a cheat code defender. There's no else about it. He's absolutely amazing. And I think it's only Kimmich and Ramos defenders who actually have a higher PB average than him. So when you plug in that company and his current price as well, where Kimmich is, and Ramos in a couple of months is going to be £1.50 to £2. It's amazing. Right, this guy, I never know how to pronounce his name. Ouyar. So he is 21 years old. So last season he played defensive midfielder, centre midfielder, left wing. He had 170 PB a few times. Max got 215. He's really good for a 21-year-old. He probably has one of the best average PBs, and he didn't really have a settled place in the team last year. He played a lot out of position. He's just thrown around all over the team. So this year, with Fekir leaving, I think it's going to be his year where he's really, really going to shine. Unfortunately, it didn't really work for him in the under 21s, so he's dropped in value a little bit, but I've got no doubt in 6 months' time he's going to be worth a lot more than what he is now. Jonathan Bamba. Yeah, this cost me a little bit. I decided to do a £500 all-in challenge. I was going to put £500 into Jonathan Bamba before the under 21 started, and then he's just going to go up and up and up and up. Once I get to 20% increase, I'll sell him, move on to another player, and just do this and keep on going all in on one player until I get to £1,000. So I chose Bamba for my first one to do it, and then he gets injured in the first competition, the first match. Then I sold, I think I bought 350 Bambas, I think it was, but I sold them. I kept 100 for this season, I sold the rest of them. That was it. And then Pavard, yeah, moving to Munich. His PB is going to increase, I think, at Munich. He's undervalued. When you compare different defenders at his price, Ben Godfrey there is worth more than Pavard. It's just ridiculous, really. But next season, Ben Godfrey's going to get a big move. He's a really, really good player, and I hope he really does well in the Premier League this season. John Joe Kenny moves to Schalke. He's cheap, 44p. He's worth taking a punt on. Only got 50 shares in him. Now, Keenan Bennett. This is where, when Bamba got injured, I was going to put £500 into Keenan Bennett, but then this new season's approaching. I need to get my PB players in order, so I put on a bit of a hold at the moment. So I've got half a futures in him at the moment. I'm probably going to look at top up at some point soon. So Keenan Bennett, I got him at 64p. He's up at 71p now. He's getting more and more recognition on Twitter. He his name mentioned quite a lot more now than what it was doing a few weeks ago. He's going to be a star. Plays for Gladbach in Germany. He's an English 20-year-old kid from Spurs initially. He's dubbed the new Gareth Bale. He's a tall, fast, pacey winger. Great passing ability, good cross. Really, really good prospect. I really, really rate him highly. He went to Gladbach last season to try and break into the first team. He had a couple of injuries and spent most of his time in reserves. But this year, with Hazard leaving, I think he's going to really break through, and he is going to be a big player. I hate putting predictions and prices because it's impossible to see where the market's going to go next year. But I don't imagine I'm saying impact as Hazard as Sancho, but I can see him going up, like doubling in value easily in the next year. Nandes, he's been in Copa America, plays for Uruguay. He's a box-to-box midfielder. He's really, really good, 23 years old. He reminds me of Jack Wilshere. Well, we played Jack Wilshere, could have been. But he's just got knocked out of Copa America now, strong links with Lyon, so I can see him going there next season. And Issa Diop. I bought him on Sunday because of West Ham contact I've got said the strong links that Man United are going to make a bid for him this week. And I've seen some rumours from Man United camp as well, so I decided to buy 100 shares in Issa Diop in the hope that United are going to make a bid this week. All the signs are looking like that was going to happen. He's a quality defender anyway. But I'll come back onto Issa Diop in a minute. Pogba. It's a quite spontaneous move. I cleared up my portfolio last week. I sold up all my 21 players I didn't want anymore, all my transfer players. And then I had about £1,000 sitting in my account on Sunday, waiting for the deposit bonus we paid on Monday. I was expecting a bonus, that's why I could sell off all my players. And then I bought Pogba. As a Man United fan, I couldn't justify buying Pogba last season. I just couldn't see any reason why I'd buy him. He's just overrated. He's really playing badly, but with a media bonus, and I'm pretty confident he's going to stay at United. I thought I can't turn down £7.11. By the start of the season, he's going to be at least 770, I'd say. Plus, you'll probably get 30p in dividends by that point. So I'm looking at 80p roughly increase by start of the season. So it's too good opportunity not to buy him. Kylian Mbappe. Yeah, well, there's not a lot to say. Obviously, £5.88 is pretty expensive at the moment. But I think in 12 months' time, people are going to look back and go, wow, I can't be managed to get Mbappe for under £6. He's just going to get bigger and bigger. He is the next best player in the world. He's the next Ronaldo or Messi. I've got no doubt he'll end up at Real Madrid in 12 months' time, and he's just going to get better and better. As he plays more games, his PB average is getting better, so he's someone to really look out for. Buendia, he was amazing for Norwich last season. I'm only buying in increments of 10 at the moment. I'm just waiting to try and get him at his lowest price. Every time he drops, I buy another 10. So he is class. Really looking forward to him in Premier League next season. Brooks. David Brooks. He's another player I'm looking to get for next season. Just slowly building up. Every time he drops 1, 2, 3p, I'll get another 10 in him. Just going to try and hopefully get him at the lowest point. He's had a little bit of a spike recently. So he's really, really good. I'm not sure his PB average, but I really like the look of him. He looks like a really, really quality player. Another good season for Bournemouth. And then I'll be surprised if he doesn't move next summer. I think he could get a really good move next year. Sean Longstaff. And I'm not a biggest fan. I don't really know too much about Sean Longstaff, but I know Man United are interested. And apparently strong rumours United are going to make a bid for him this week. So I've got in early. He's £1.70. He's probably not worth that. But with Man United links, he can easily get up to £2. And I'm hoping that's going to happen. Yeah, but I think he's dropped down in value a little bit the last couple of days because I think people are taking their money out of Longstaff to put into who is it? Harry Maguire and Fernandes. I think they're the two main transfer interests at the moment. But I imagine bids will be into Longstaff before the end of the week. Havertz, he's another one of my players for next season. Slowly trying to build him up as he's dropping and stuff like that. But he's had a big spike today. He's going up 11p, so I probably need to get into him soon. I'll just wait and see if I get any more drops. But Havertz, he's amazing. There's not really a lot to say about him. He's 19 years old, maybe just turned 20. Really good PB. I'm surprised he hit Leverkusen. I didn't actually expect that. But next summer, he's going to be moving to Bayern Munich without a doubt. He'll be probably one of the stars for Germany in the World Cup, in the Euros next year. So he's really, really bright future. And he is probably, him and Mbappe are probably the two best young players in the world. And I think you're stupid not having him at the moment. I think you have to have him in your portfolio. But I'm trying to wait to get him at the right price. It's just delaying me a little bit. Jonathan Tah, amazing. Really, really good young player. Leverkusen as well. I really, really like the look of Leverkusen. I've just sold Demirbay yesterday, I think, when the Harry Maguire links came out at Instant Silver. I made a good profit on him. Sold him to get Harry Maguire. But Jonathan Tah, he's a really good PB player, really good ability, and expecting good things. He's more expensive than I expected. He was so cheap a couple of months ago, and his price has just steadily increased and increased. But I think people are looking for defenders a lot more value now. I noticed from last week, maybe week before, I had a lot of defenders in my team. I think I had like 45 players and 18 were defenders at one point. So I've cut down a lot of my defenders, but I've still got a fair few who are really good value. And I think there's a lot of value in PB defenders at the moment. So Harry Maguire, yeah, purely just bought him to increase my transfer fund to buy more players. But depending on how it goes United, there's no doubt he's going to be leaving. He'll be at Man City, Man United, hopefully Man United. I was really fortunate. I think I was in the shower on yesterday morning. Came downstairs, saw breaking news on Sky Sports News. Man United made a bid for Harry Maguire. Went and checked him straight away. He was at £1.90. I was like, winner. Only had 80p in my bank balance. I had Sean Longstaff. I'd spent £170 on Sean Longstaff about an hour before that. And then I only had 80 quid left in my bank balance. Bought £80 of Harry Maguire. And then I sold Demirbay, like I said earlier on. And I think I got like 50 something quid for him. And then bought more Harry Maguire. Got an average 199. and then 28p up on his average. But I did get him at £1.90 initially. Literally, I saw him as the news broke, and I got him. I think when I bought him, he was 2p down for the day at that point. So I got in really, really early. Just a shame I'd bought Sean Longstaff a couple hours before and lost. I could have got another £170 worth of Harry Maguire. Marquinhos, I was really surprised to find out he's only 25 years old. So I assumed he's a lot older for some reason. I don't know why. But since I found out he's 25 years old, he's got good PB, 103 PB average, win defenders 4 times. So he's a really good player playing for PSG. We've got 13 at the moment, but once I've sold Harry Maguire and Sean Longstaff and Diop, I'll build up a pot in Marquinhos and Jonathan Tah and Brooks, and then just hopefully go from there. So this ended up being a lot longer than I expected. So thanks for listening. Over the next week or two, I'll bring up more videos talk about strategy. Not really going to do trading tips. It's going to be seems like pumping my own players or anything like that. But if you've got any suggestions, anything you'd like to do, and once I start my 500 all-in double-up challenge, I'll put a video about that out as well. So thanks for listening.